In Kids on Bikes, you take on the roles of everyday people grappling with strange, terrifying, and very, very powerful forces that they cannot defeat, control, or even fully understand. Using stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll choose your own destiny in this storytelling, rules-light tabletop role-playing game where adventure is a bike ride away. Kids on Bikes even allows you to create a communally controlled, powered character to add another dimension of gameplay to your games. Jump right into the action and create your own band of ragtag mystery solvers today. Hunt down a rare remaining physical copy at your favorite local game store or download the PDF on Drive-Thru RPG. Kids on Bikes 2nd edition is anticipated very soon.
People for Bikes is the U.S. bicycle industry's trade association and a national advocacy nonprofit representing more than 325 bicycle industry supplier members and nearly 1.4 million individuals. Through our 3 areas of influence, infrastructure, policy, and participation, we accelerate the construction of safe, fun, and connected places to bike. We advance pro-bike business legislation and reduce barriers to access, welcoming more people to the joys of riding a bike. Our goal, become the best place to ride a bike in the world. What does that look like to us? From large urban cities to small rural towns, the U.S. is the best place to ride a bike. For recreation, or to safely get where you want to go. Communities are more connected and vibrant thanks to the bicycle. Protected bike lanes, trails, and bike parks are ubiquitous, and children are taught to ride in elementary school. Biking is commonplace. People of every age, size, race, identity, and ability ride daily since bicycling is affordable and fully integrated into public transport. The American way of life has been transformed. People are happier, and the planet is healthier. This is our goal.
We appear to have no sound.
Forgot to click mic.
I have sound. You don't.
Yeah, you have sound. I don't. But now I do. So, hi everybody. As I just said previously, to which you did not hear, we are Roleplay Give. We're a virtual tabletop gaming community that tries to do a little good in the world on top of that. So to that end, if for any reason you feel yourself compelled to influence this game, you can do so by donating to our current, beneficiary of our charity drive, which is People for Bikes. And they are not a Tiltify group, and so we cannot use our normal way of getting that donation. So their website should periodically pop up in the chat, and if you are so inclined, you could also just type !give, and that would get you there. But $20 will buy the entire party rerolls. $5 will buy me a reroll, and $25 will introduce wild magic surges into the game. So if you're feeling like you care about this this donation, this group that does advocacy work for better biking policy and also to get bikes into the hands of people who need them or would like them and don't have that opportunity, then please give accordingly. But otherwise, we are going to continue on with our game because that's the first thing we do is we roll some dice and play some games. So, we are playing our homebrew setting of Nayvshla. The group of adventurers met at a funeral, found a map on the deceased's feet, followed that map, ended up in kind of a death trap mine where they were competing against another group of adventurers who were trying to get through there, who had gotten there just a little bit before them, but because of that managed to set off some of the traps before they could hit our heroes, our adventurers. And so they managed to survive where the other group did not, and got to the final the terminus of this mine complex, and found an egg, a sapphire crystalline egg that they believe might be the egg of a dragon. They have taken it out of the mine shaft, or the mine period, through a shaft, I guess, and climbed down a mountain, and there parted ways with their compatriot Ronan after he discovered he was wanted. He was a marked man, and so he has departed the group and left them on the side of the road. They know that he had to leave, but they don't know where he went because he cast pass
Do we
without a
even
trace.
know that? I feel like
I think he just
combat
split.
ended and he just scarpered.
Yep, that might be it. Yep, I think that's more accurate. And so we will begin tonight's adventure with the group, with each of the individuals here introducing themselves, and then we will go back to that lonely roadside. So we'll start with Bone Splitter. That's you, Chris.
Oh, that is me. That's me. So my name is Bone Splitter, and I am a barbarian human, and yeah, I've been carrying an egg around. I guess I'm not carrying the egg anymore.
It's in a cart.
It's in the cart. So I guess I'm gonna be the horse now. Unless Ofer wants to take turns with me. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of like following along. I'm that kind of like, you guys sort out the details and then just point me at the bad guy. Like, I'm the barbarian. This is your stuff to solve.
Fair enough. Go from there to Ben.
I am not a barbarian.
No.
Ben, I'm playing Ben Umbrius, who is a humanish type, sort of dark complected, dark hair, a little bit of a goatee, and has been channeling some sort of shadow magic as he's assisted the party, or when he's not assisted the party. And will certainly not be pulling the cart, as he is a slight man.
Yeah, I am delicate. Alright, from there we shall move over to Cove.
Hi, I'm Cove. A bard extraordinaire. Please, feel free to tip. I am also not very strong, so there is no way that I am helping with this cart. I will ride on it. Make sure that the egg doesn't, like, slide over or move around. I'm not even sure I'm capable of doing that, but I certainly wouldn't mind the ride.
Nice. Alright, and from Cove, last but not least, we'll go to Ulfer.
Hi there, everyone. I play Ulfer. I'm a large man. I have long hair. I'm still figuring shit out. Please don't hold it against me that I don't know how to use my magic. It's I'm just acting a good part with my character.
You're doing great.
But I am a druid and a shifter, and I do all kinds of fun stuff. So, yeah.
All right.
Come learn with me.
Come learn with Tony. Learn to play druid with Tony. All right. So the group had determined that they had this egg, and it's not small. It's It's 4 feet tall and 3 feet in circumference at its widest. I don't think that's right. I think it's 3 feet tall and 4 feet around the circumference, because otherwise that'd be a really skinny egg.
I think it was
It seems to
diameter,
change size.
Yeah.
I think it was a 3-foot diameter,
Okay.
4 foot tall.
But I think that would, because the diameter of only 3 feet would make it a really thin egg. Like,
Well, I mean, it's a little bit narrower than it is tall. That seems accurate for an egg.
okay. Oh, in diameter. I guess I was thinking circumference. You're right. Yeah, diameter would be 3 to 4. Yeah,
It's
that's
just
right.
across,
Yeah,
3
yeah.
feet wide.
I was thinking
4
about.
feet tall, 3 feet wide.
I was thinking about my pants measurements, and I'm like, I was used to be a 34.
And they're 3 feet wide, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Uh, so, uh, so this egg could wear a pair of my old pants, is what we're saying. But the egg is in the cart. It's been camouflaged so as to not draw attention. However, the horse that was carrying the cart was a casualty in the battle that just ensued. So they have a dead horse, a cart, and an egg. And they had hoped to find a place to place this egg to keep it safe as they moved about the country, I guess. So I'm gonna activate a different map here to get us in a little closer. And again, you guys can't see, so let me configure the map so I don't have to put your tokens on for no reason. Global. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I was gonna say I think this is configured correctly. Okay. So they are currently right here. They had gone to Rustlade where they had gotten the horse, and they had made it halfway down the path to Penta Pass when they were waylaid by these Ilix Rough provisioners who were seeking Ronan. They have about a half day's travel left in front of them, and I believe that this occurred late morning. So, because you guys had just left that morning, right? You had spent the night in Rustlade and on the outskirts of Rustlade.
I think we went to Rust. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
You crashed outside. You didn't stay in the town. You didn't want to draw attention, but
No, we didn't even go into the town. We bartered for a wagon on the outskirts.
That's right. So, what are you all doing?
Well, I suppose we should wait here until Ronan comes back. He was, I think, disposing of something.
Okay. What is the plan with this egg? Like, are we just gonna trust some random farmer to take care of it?
I think trust is perhaps not the right word.
What word would you use?
I'm not sure. To be honest, the interest I have in the egg is really, I believe it to have exceptional value. But how to recognize that value, I'm a little hazy.
Well, I don't know if you know much about from where I come from, but we're not aligned with the Donnacam Empire or the other guys on the other side of the world. I would think that that'd be a great place to leave this egg.
You think it would be safe there?
Oh, for sure.
Do you have a way to get it there?
We would have to steal a boat. Or, no, probably steal a boat, because we don't want, like, we got a captain and a crew.
Do you know how to sail?
No.
You don't even know.
You guys do know that Cloverdrum is a major port city. Well, not major. It's a minor port city. So on your way, Pentapass is sort of a village. White Abbey is a small city, and Cloverdrum is a port where you might be able to book passage on a boat, or find a boat if you think you could pilot it yourselves.
I mean, how hard could it be?
You have no idea.
Okay,
I've never
we
been
are
on a
not
boat.
talking about going on some little river or a lake. We're talking about going into an ocean.
Great.
So-
What is the difference?
Bad things happen in the ocean.
Great. Bad things happen here. I need a little more clarity.
The boat could sink, and then, well, not a
That's
problem for me
that's
because
right?
I can swim in the ocean, but it might not end well for the rest of you.
Okay. So, downside.
I, I, I would advocate to, like, if we can find somebody trusting, a good crew.
Do people go back and forth from your home? Like,
Yeah. There's trade.
so maybe what we find is a big crate. We can put this egg in, and we are transporting cargo to wherever that is that you come from.
Okay, just so you know, the captain is probably going to want to know what we're carrying, and we probably have to give him money to, if we're not willing to tell him what it is.
We can just lie to him, right?
True. What will we say we're carrying then?
Eggs. We are transporting a lot of eggs. They need them. They sell lots of. They like to eat eggs.
Okay.
Some of the
That's-
best lies are mostly true.
Yeah,
Half truth is perfect. It's beautiful.
and it is a water-bound community, so I don't think they have a whole lot of chickens there.
We really want to sell it. We could get a pallet of eggs and like put it on the top. So he opened it up. There's a bunch of eggs. Somebody used magic to say what is in there. His eggs.
Liking this plan. But we have to get to the ocean,
Right.
the
Again.
Clover Dome, probably.
That doesn't seem like it'd be too hard.
We lost our horse.
Right. Yes. We didn't lose it. I know right where it is.
Oh, yes.
Just loss
Unfortunately.
of its effectiveness. And I don't think I can't yet do anything about that.
Should we get another horse?
Do you see one?
I don't know.
Pentapass is a half day to the west. You could go back to Rustlade, which is about a quarter or half day to the east.
I say we continue on. If you think Bone Splitter and Dolphar, if the two of you are up for it to pull the cart away, until we can get the horse.
Oh, and the other bonus is Ulfer. I know there are some of your kind, like the shape-shifting kind that turns into animals. Perhaps they could teach you a few things.
Who does this?
There are a couple people that live in town. They,
In your home?
Yeah, they protect the town. Kinda, or well, they live there anyways. They spend most of their time swimming around.
Interesting.
So, I don't know, maybe they could teach you things.
Well, I say we give a little time for Ronan to come back, and then we head toward the next town and see if we can find the horse.
Do you think he's in trouble? Should we go looking for him?
Well, all of these people were yelling at him and telling him that they were going to take him, and I think he's in trouble for sure.
Should have given him the egg to carry. We don't have to worry about it.
I don't know that you could. He's not a very big man.
As you guys are standing, any of you with a passive perception over 10, which is, I'm sure, at least one of you, notices that there's clouds gathering over the White Abbey Mountains to the west. Looks like rain's coming.
Storm?
If not a storm, at least rain.
Going to get wet.
Well, should we get moving then?
I suppose Hyman's and Ronan will catch up.
Hopefully. Maybe he went to the next town.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys proceed. I'm assuming that Bone Splitter and Ulfer are either each grabbing, one of the whatever those things are that like go on either side of the horse, for to the I have no idea what it would be called.
Handles?
Like the handles, but they go on the side of the horse, to pull it. But you guys
They're called traces.
Traces? Interesting.
Reins?
But
Well, the reins are what the driver holds.
right. But if you guys are pulling it, you guys each take one, and you manage to without with the two of you. I'm just gonna ask for a strength check from both of you to see how well you do and whether or not you're going to be moving at half speed. Bone Splitter has no trouble. Ulfer's... This is a little tougher for Ulfer, but you guys have managed to move at a normal pace between the two of you sharing the load. And particularly...
You're right, it's called the trace.
Nice!
Amazing.
Well done. That is some...
Learn Shakespeare.
That is some deep cut shit right there. But you guys grab the trace and pull it and get halfway through into the mid afternoon, where I'm going to ask for somebody to roll a d12.
I got it.
Okay. Maybe it's the freshening wind, or the fact that it's getting really dark over the White Abbey Mountains, but you don't run into any travelers. But you are beginning to get the sense of this is going to suck a tremendous amount of ass as this dirt road gets muddy. You can see deep wagon ruts in here from where carts have been dragged in the mud. This is going to be an awful last couple hours if you don't beat the rain. You think you right now, keeping at a normal pace, you're probably not going to make it. You think the last 2 miles or so might be in the rain. But calculus is yours. Either hurry yourselves and get exhausted, or move through gross rain and get exhausted, or come up with something that I'm not thinking of.
Is there any farmland around here that we could take shelter in?
You're not seeing...
Can you become a really big wolf and pull the cart as a giant wolf?
You go ahead and make a perception or investigation check, Cove, and then I'll let Tony answer that question.
Like a horse-sized wolf.
There are some traces that there might be farms off the beaten path, but you get the sense that these are subsistence farmers that do not wish to engage with the rest of, like, you're in the wilderness here, and people who are going to farm out here, it's going to be a hard scrabble life. They're not, or they just wish that kind of independence, but they're not around a farming community. It would be difficult to move their wares. They would do better perhaps a little closer to a center to move their goods to make money. So Anybody you see some signs, but nothing that's promising at this point. The 14.
Well, I suppose we could all try and help.
Help these dirty hill people. I'm just kidding.
No, help pull the cart.
I did not see that coming. I'm sorry. It really got me. All right. So if you guys wish to all join together to push, then we'll give Bone Splitter and Ulfer advantage on the strength roll, and you guys might be able to do a speed kick on it.
I don't know. I have like a 7 strength, so it's not like I'm going to be a huge amount of help. But
You could roll well.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to
I'll
roll
push
well.
behind the cart.
He's going to give somebody advantage. Alright.
Certainly help.
Okay.
Unless you know you can be a giant dwarf and pull the cart that way, which would be really intimidating, pulling into town with a cart pulled by a giant wolf.
But the 18 and the 22 are good enough, and you guys just pushing on the back gives it just enough leverage where you guys are all able to move at a slightly elevated speed, not enough to get you, but you walk into Penta Pass just as the clouds roll in, and it's that kind of circular spinning late. I think I said we were in spring, right? Like, because I think we're in spring, and my other game's in fall, so I think this one's spring. And what was that?
Same time?
They were? Okay, then autumn it is.
Well, I was asking. I thought they were the same time.
They are roughly in the same time. I don't know why I said that. But because you guys play more often, it's going to get really out of sync quick. And I don't want to keep track of your days and their days. I'm just going to roughly approximate. It's in the...
Well, I knew that we were... In this game, we were also heading toward the eclipse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's been more of the other game, they're a little bit farther along than you are, but you're catching up rapidly. Like, I think you're only 10 days from I think you're 15 days eclipse here, 10 to 14 days, somewhere around there.
No idea. If you tell me, I'll believe you.
You know what? I'm going to put it in the chat right now so we remember. You're 14 days from an eclipse. That way, we have that record. But I believe the Urvocale game is like 4 days from the eclipse, or less.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Like that.
Okay. So, I'm going to keep doing this because that's a great way for me to keep track of who's where. Like eclipse is another like months thing. I'm just going to have like holidays that you're this many days from the holiday and they're that many days from the holiday. All right. So, guys are 14 days from the eclipse. That means almost nothing to you. But you get to Penta Pass just as the clouds open up, and I'm going to drop you onto another map, which I don't believe I have set up correctly, so I know you won't be able to see it. 1 second. Oh, no, I did set it up correctly. Look at me being good. Alright, you should be able to read some of these. You're coming in from the east, so you are right around here. Did you guys see my ping?
No. Oh, yeah, because it's tiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a big map.
It's a huge map. So as you walk in, you see a longhouse. This is a log cabin construction, huge, roughly 40 feet long. It's 20 feet tall and 15 feet wide. Just very narrow, very long, and very tall. Think like the longhouse, if you remember the Rohan in Two Towers. That sort of longhouse. It's got that aesthetic, thatched roof, but but all wood, long construction. There are uh, there are lights going up on into the in the longhouse. You can see through but even though the windows are now being shuttered as the rain starts to fall, you can see the warm glow in there. Down the road, you can see a number of farms, and there's a tailor sign hanging out the window over in this direction. Um, Over here you see orchards, uh, but that's what you see as you come in the early evening, like 5, 6. It's already dusky out, and the light is failing, and it's getting very, very dark and windy, and rain is pelting down on you.
Any people out and about?
You don't see anyone moving about. In fact, you see a lot of like what you notice most is the smell of cook fires, and not like campfire, but like chimneys. Are you as you look into the distance, you can see, smoke rising from chimneys from all of these houses. But it looks like everybody's batting down the shutters for a storm brewing.
Does the longhouse look like it's a public place? Like,
The sense you get from it looks like it is municipal in nature,
Okay.
governmental.
I suppose we can continue on and perhaps look for lodging or something.
All right, the
Yeah,
rain
that
is.
sounds good.
You guys are starting to get soaked. It doesn't bother Cove so much, but it's a cold, wet rain. It's soaking through your cloaks. Even your oilcloth knapsacks are just struggling, or backpacks are struggling to keep up with the amount of rain that's coming down now. It is a true, like, gale of November type situation coming down off the mountain. Uh, you pass this Weaver and Taylor to the on the north side of the road. This looks to be a farm on the south side, and then several just uh, houses before you see a sign here on the south at the corner at this crossroads. It says the Lavender Line, and it just seems to have the image of an inn, even though all of the shutters are drawn. You do see light in there, in the cracks of the shuttered windows. Uh, Appears to be uh, at least doing business.
Well, I say let's stash the cart somewhere along the way and see about the room. I will have Obi stay and watch the cart just in case, so he will let me know if anyone tries to bother it.
Okay.
All right.
Who's Obi? Have
I
we ever
suspect-
seen this thing?
Nope. He's been invisible pretty much all the time. No, he did appear a couple of times because he's a really creepy.
Oh, okay, so we do know what it is.
You have seen Obi because when I first summoned him, I pulled him out of the shadows. But most of the time, he's invisible.
What's this building, Paul? Is this a outhouse?
I'm sorry. I'm zoomed too far in. That one looks to be a small farmhouse.
Looking for places to hide eggs from the people who live here as well as whatever. But
Or buy some in the crate.
find an outhouse and sink that egg deep into the shit, and then come back and dig it out.
I really like that idea. I really like the idea of doing that to a deity.
They're not gonna empty this thing out until. You don't think marinating an egg in the neighbor's shit is a good idea?
I just think that it's taking a god and sticking it in a shit pile for a while. Is a poet.
That's fair.
I
All right.
I'm not interested in.
Of all the
I'm,
things that I ever thought would happen in this game, taking the egg of a deity and putting it in a shithole was not one of them. I love it.
No
I
one
love
would
it.
ever find it.
It's true. Very likely.
This not only feels very disrespectful, but I am not volunteering to get the egg back out.
I am the god of night soil. No, I think we leave it in the cart and let Obi watch it.
Yeah,
That would change the god's alignment to be like soaked in shit.
possibly. It
Piss
sure
me
make it
off.
mad at you.
They'd really be grounded.
Yeah. Does the tavern look like it's got a place for us to keep the cart?
I can show you. I think. We'll see. I did this right before I jumped on the stream, so. Alright. This one should not have your vision. Alright, can you see now that I put your tokens on?
We're still in Pentapass.
Okay, let me activate.
We can see the outside walls of a building.
Okay. So, what you see is that there are several ropes tied to the bottom of this pine tree that has been clear cut up quite a ways. And so it looks like it's not really like a, God, what are those called? Like a hitching post? But the tree has acted like a hitching post for other people. You assume mostly for mules and maybe even an ox, looking around at the hoof prints that are underneath this thing and the excrement that is dotting it. But they don't have a formal hitching post. They just tie their shit to a tree.
Is there anything there now?
No. There is nothing there tied up now.
I see. Let's pull the cart around behind the building and go and see if we can find the room.
So the building, this road doesn't really give you. I don't want to keep bebopping you back and forth, but you're at a corner. You're at a southeast corner. I didn't do the road right, but if you look at Penta Pass, which I will make available to you guys to go back and forth between.
Well, it looks like there's just like an area behind the inn. Let's just pull the cart in there.
Yeah, it looks like there's a spot over here, like between the two buildings.
All right, you guys should, as players, be able to move back and forth between the Penta Pass map and the Lavender Line map, as you wish for seeing stuff. Is that accurate?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you see I have the road drawn incorrectly. The road should actually be along the west side of the building and the north side of the building. It's not a big deal, but just so you know.
Well, I'm thinking along the south side of the inn. There looks like I don't see doors.
Nope.
Actually, I'll go have a look.
What you see there is a deck. It's like an outdoor seating deck, but no chairs, no tables on it.
Is it elevated?
Slightly, about 3 feet off the ground.
Could we? Okay, so not high enough to pull the cart under.
No, it would be difficult to do that. Yeah.
Maybe let's pull the cart behind it. Make sure everything's tied down good and tight, and leave a little spy to watch it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Guys, pull the cart up and sort of batten it down here, like near these two trees, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Sure.
Getting a little bit of cover from the trees.
Into them as much as they can. So
Yeah.
I want it to be not real obvious.
Sure. And honestly, there really isn't a road down there, so you are going in between, what appears to be on the east smithy, like a farrier, and it wouldn't be too surprising to see some horses there anyway. So this seems like a pretty good place. all in all. It doesn't seem like even if somebody did see it, it may not look completely out of place. So
Remind me, I need to speak to the smithy before we leave town tomorrow.
the front door is right here.
Let's go make some friends, huh?
Absolutely.
All right.
Maybe you can play some music and get us rooms.
Well,
Get you a room.
I could probably get myself a room. I suppose I could say that those two are like bodyguards. Yeah, we could do that. I don't know how I'm explaining you, but
I'll explain myself.
we'll figure something out.
I only see blackness on this map.
Probably because you don't have night vision.
Which one are you on,
No,
Chris?
it's not dark vision, because it'd be black and white if it was dark vision.
Mine actually is black and white.
You went too far, Chris. You went off the map, or I put you off the map. I don't know, one of the two. But can you see now?
No.
Oh, I think your token
I
might
can
be.
see my token.
I think your token's jacked up. Hold on. No, it's because I did not turn on. I didn't turn on global illumination because it's turning nighttime. So I will put on global illumination just so that you can see, but bear in mind it is getting dark quickly. All right, can you see now? Okay. Cool. All right. And I should. Oh, and then looks like Cove's peeking in behind a shutter. What you can see is some basic. It looks like a very rough and tumble in here. This is country fare. This is not highfalutin. Food is probably brown, hot, and lots of it.
Gentlemen, if you want to come inside, we'll see what we can do about accommodations.
Okay. I think, is the door open? Yeah, you opened it. Okay, good.
Yep. And Ben left it fully open.
The door is here. Yeah, the door's open. There's wind blowing in here. These three commoners here, like in this general area here, are all like staring at Ben as he left the door open, and wind is guttering candles everywhere. But as you walk in, I
will give them a broad smile.
Warm light in Hurricane. Tony, I'm going to move you over to the door here because you were at a window. Okay.
Oh, that's not going to work. I could climb in through the window. That'd be weird.
It might be weird. Okay. So.
Wait, so weapon of the
anyone in particular, or just out to the general?
Yeah, just to the people that are looking as I come in.
So, you might expect a little bit of a record skip moment, when you walk in, but that's not what happens. People look up at you, give you the once-over, sort of the head-to-toe, toe-to-head, and then go back to their beers. When you say wet one out there, this person here kind of looks up at you and says, "Yeah, sorry, it's the one closest to you." Okay. Sort of looks up to you and says, it's the season for it then.
That would make sense.
Yeah. By closest, I actually meant Alping, this one here.
Okay.
It is the season for it. You might want to get a little something to warm yourself up.
That sounds wonderful. A little warming in the belly is a good thing.
Well, are you heading on to White Tabby or even farther south, or are you heading north?
White Tabby next.
Well,
If you'd like, I can entertain you all.
And like, there's just a peek up. Everybody just sort of like what entertain what? And like,
I'm traveling with a bard.
whoa! Yes, yes, please. And a halfling over here sidles up, and it's uh sort of walks like land isn't their
The preferred,
their preferred
favorite
terrain. They're not their favorite terrain. Sort of gingerly, lightly walks, almost gracefully, but it looks odd. Just sort of. Tell you what, I don't have any rooms to let, but would be happy to free drinks and free food tonight.
Do you think
I
maybe a couple of coins would let us throw bedrolls on the floor by the hearth for the night? It's awful wet outside there.
Well, it could. Depends on how well everybody else drinks due to a little performance, huh?
Of course. I know how this works. If you could take care of my men, like they're pretty hungry. It's dangerous on the road. We lost our horse on the way, so they've been towing a cart for hours. I will certainly pull out my shawl and go
Yeah.
and play some tunes.
Sure, we would love it. Make yourself presentable wherever you wish. And he's like, all right, I've got potato and sausages.
Oh, a little of both sounds great.
All right, potato, sausage, and gravy. And then he just runs back into the other.
All three.
All three. Don't let him tell you that the lavender line stints.
If you got stints, you throw them on the plate too.
Okay.
And it looks like there's a fireplace over in the corner here. That's probably where I'll set up, and
All right.
just so that I can get a little bit of warmth, dry off a little bit, and start playing.
Got it. So you begin to play. Give me that performance check. Pretty good. For the first couple songs, I mean, what do you want to start out with? Like a toe tapper? You gonna go ballad?
I would think a toe tapper for this crowd.
Yeah. So after a little bit, you start getting some country line dancing going. Not country line dancing, but like the square dancing kind of stuff. And the place just really perks up. It looks like you've lightened the load of the folk in here. Everybody just seems very interested in, this group and these strange you brought a little bit of cheer to their otherwise somewhat dreary hearts.
And like between songs, I'll probably be like, we were traveling down, and we got waylaid by some very bad people, and they killed our horse. So if any of you would like to make some money, we could sure use a horse.
Oh, I went too dark. I went to nighttime, and it went too far. Hold
That
on.
was the right time.
It is the right time.
Meanwhile, Ben's just going to be as charming as possible at the bar and chatting with folks.
All right. Anybody in particular that you would be?
Well, certainly including the bartender, the halfling as much as possible, because I want to convince him to let us stay here.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make some light in here.
But really trying to be just charming to everyone.
Got it. All right. Because it's dark and stormy out, I'm going to create some dark and stormy lighting, like cozy firelight kind of stuff in here.
I like it.
Although
Okay.
I don't think the dim radius was enough.
I think it looks awesome.
Okay. All right. So this is what you guys are seeing, and eventually, the woman sitting next to you, Ben, uh, will say, uh, "I'm not sure I've met anyone who speaks like you before. Are you from the Empire?"
No, I am very widely traveled. Recent transplant to the Empire.
Really? What brought you here?
The winds of favor, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of wanderlust.
Oh, I see. I I've never
I
really
do love
actually.
chasing my shadow.
Some days I wish I could just chase my shadow. I just I've never had the guts, I guess. I've never really left Penta past. Pass.
It's a big world out there, but it is dangerous.
Well,
My
I
name is Ben.
hello, I'm Jean Marie.
So Marie, it is a pleasure.
It's like um you guys are looking for a place to stay?
Yes, we would. We don't want to sleep out in the rain.
No, yeah. I mean, I can't remember the name of the character I made. Uh, Manus is a good guy. He's somewhat new to Pentapest too, but uh, if you're looking for a house to stay in, you could stay at my father's house.
Well, it's very kind of you.
Yeah, well he disappeared, so I it's not really.
Your father disappeared.
Yeah, it was some time ago, but yeah, he disappeared oof, like 4 years ago.
Do you think that he is still here and he is invisible?
I didn't until just now.
It could be. You never know.
I
Perhaps he is playing a long joke.
I I guess that's true. And certainly possible. But I don't think that Dad would like just, you know, never let me know that he's alive. I mean, that just doesn't seem like him.
Right. Yes.
Uh,
Yes. It would be a little different.
uh, but
That's
anyway,
a long time to keep up a joke.
yeah, yeah, it's weird. I mean, and also, unfortunately, I mean, things happen when you're a farmer. Like, uh, I don't think he's still alive. You know, there's some dangerous things outside the outskirts of town, and our farm was always the farthest south, so uh, Dad always thought he could handle all of it, and one day he just didn't come back. So, it's not, I guess, a lot surprising. But anyway, I don't live there anymore, so it's kind of just abandoned.
Well, that's. I'm very sorry for your situation. It would be a great opportunity for us to have a roof over our heads.
Yeah. Well, certainly, it's. I mean, it is kind of. You'd have to make a dash for it, because the rain I don't think is going to let up for at least a day or so. But uh,
You need something in return.
well, I sort of, she smiles and is clapping along still with Cove. So she's like, it's been a really bleak couple of weeks. So this your friend playing there is just. I don't know. I always dream of leaving, and strangers come all the time. It's not we're on the path, but nobody as interesting as you folk, and this has been the best thing that's happened in months. And she shouts, and she like calls out a common song to for Cove to play, like uh, something like
Freebird.
yeah, she calls out for Freebird. I don't play any fucking Skinner. Anyway.
No, of course.
I'm sorry. In this situation, it probably would have been Gordon Lightfoot anyway.
It's
Right.
true. It would have been.
This is much more of a Gordon Lightfoot town.
Yeah, they're gonna call for sundown. You'd better beware. Or the Canadian Railroad trilogy, one of the two. Because
Sure.
except for here, it would be the Adenakian Railroad trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Adenac is really big on the whole Edmund Fitzgerald thing.
Yeah, the sinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at in between songs, this person's gonna approach and say, you say you're looking for a horse, huh?
Yeah. Do you have one?
And he's smoking a cigarette, and he's like, oh, yeah, oui, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's excellent. You'd be willing to part with it?
Well, for the right price, huh?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you could talk to my friend over there. I'm rather busy.
Oh, sure. Which I would be happy to talk to any of your associates. Which one?
The young gentleman at the bar.
Oh, the one who's talking with Jean-Marie. Okay, I will. Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. And this person will like sort of hover over Jean-Marie's shoulder, trying to catch your eye, Ben. And she's just going on about how someday she hopes that she's gonna be able to move to the big city of White Abbey, and
I would like to see about getting an idea of how he would respond to her story, because I want to respond in kind to him. Like if he would like roll his eyes at this, I'm gonna roll my eyes at him. So I'm gonna roll an insight.
yeah.
I can't really tell.
No, I don't know yet. Hold on. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
So I'll just turn and give him a very warm smile. Hello, friend. Join us for a drink, won't you?
Well, that's very kind of you.
I
And
did not catch the bartender's name.
he's
Do you know?
yes, it's Manus.
Manis, hey, around for both of my friends here.
All right, and the halfling will come in. All right, we have wine and beer.
Whatever they want. I'm buying this one.
You want to stay clear of the wine. Jean-Marie whispers to you. The ale, very quickly, says the man.
Ale. 3 orange whips.
Orange whip. 3 orange whips. So he goes and
Your having orange whip is amazing.
it is amazing.
Do you have a lot of citrus fruit here?
No, we're not in a tropical climate. And so they actually not too far off though, if you think about it. And brings you 3 ales, and just sort of is dancing like he is like flipping bottles and tossing the rag up in the air. He is full on cocktail because he is jamming out to Cove. So he is, at some point it wouldn't surprise you if he jumped up on the bar.
So we've moved away from Gordon Lightfoot, is what you're saying.
But it's still folky, like now we're doing like, a little bit of rock folk, like maybe a little like, Cat
Stevens. So.
Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians,
Yeah.
What I Want, and just, there's like I don't know how he's doing it on a shawm, but he's getting a sweet bass line in there. there's there's just some funk. There's some magical music playing going on, and the room is filled with the sound of people. Just like everybody is thrilled. The one exception that you see to the thrill is this person sitting in the corner here, who doesn't look unhappy, but is not dancing, smiling, or laughing. They are just they are playing solitaire with a deck of cards in the corner. But and I think that would be easiest for Cove to see. I don't know. I'm gonna ask Bone Splitter and Ulfer. What are they doing right now?
Well, we look unhappy as well, because we haven't been served a drink. It's like 3 songs in. I'm just kidding.
All right, no, that's fine. Man. Oh, great. He owes you one. So he actually does jump up on the bar, do like a little jig thing, jumps onto this thing, light-footed as all, like he looks like he's swashbuckling as he swings over and drops 2
And
beers
as
by
he's
you.
going by, whatever they need, we'll take it.
Well, the first one's on the house due to your friend's performance, but happily we'll come see you for the next round. And the beers are flowing. Now he starts running and is just a harried halfling at this point, just running drinks out because people are dancing, they're just calling for ale. Tips are getting thrown to Cove, but they don't have a ton of money, so you're seeing a bunch of coppers getting thrown, and people are just they're handing you coin. They have the look of not being able really to afford that, but they're so pleased. This is a special night out of nowhere, and they all feel like they're the lucky ones who braved the storm to come to the Lavender Line, and this happened. This is like going to your local dive bar and a classic rock act just showed up to play the stage. Because when do bards come to town, right? Like, so this is a big deal.
Yeah, I'd imagine they'd have to go to a bigger city to see a decent act.
Yeah, I mean every once in a great while somebody will come in, but
there might be people that kind of know how to play the spoons or whatever, but
yeah, there's the dancing man, washboard, yeah, but nothing this fancy. This is big doings. So, anything else? So now that you guys have gotten some sausages and some potatoes and some ale, anything Bone
It's
Splitter?
amazing. I've been traveling with this guy for like weeks. I've never heard any of these songs.
What are Bone Splitter and Ulfer doing now that they've been fed and given an ale? Anything?
Ulfer's sitting over against the wall, basically just he's not comfortable in situations like this. Doesn't really know what to do in civilization, so he's just kind of sitting against the wall and taking it all in, trying to figure out what's happening.
Okay.
I'm gonna chug my beer and realizing that Ophir's not really any fun over here. I'm just gonna come over here by Ben and just like slam my mug down and be like, I need more beer.
And Manson just comes running back. All right, I'll get you another beer. And he looks over at Ben because Ben's offered to pay, and he puts a little shit mark in front of Ben, and like, if you're covering, we'll collect him at the end. Okay. And another beer gets thrown to you. You're a big strapping lad, aren't you?
That's right. Means I'm gonna need a chicken as well.
Do you need some chicken? We don't have any chicken.
4 fried chickens and a Coke.
White bread toasted.
Yep.
But
Dry with nothing on it.
they've got nothing. All they've got is sausage and potatoes. I can make you some more potatoes. We chickens chickens are kind of dear right now. Nobody's had to. I mean, if somebody's got a chicken, it's time for butchering. They're gonna eat it themselves.
You
So
don't have anyone that has eggs.
we have,
Bangers and mash
oh,
is, I guess.
we do have some eggs. Yeah, we'll do the bangers and mash. Yeah. So he'll bring out another bangers and mash. Uh, as this goes on, the person finally, you know, Jean Marie stops talking long enough for Estienne to say, I spoke to your friend. He said to speak to you about a horse deal.
I do like to see a man about a horse.
I have a horse.
Just to be clear, are we talking in code?
Um, no, I have a horse. You would like to buy a
Right.
horse.
No,
Okay.
that is, yes, we are looking for a horse. An actual animal.
Yes. Yes. It's a plow horse, but and it's getting on in years. So older horse.
So it could pull a cart just fine,
Okay.
right?
I
I don't really know animals.
okay. Yeah, no, it'd pull a cart just fine.
Roll insight.
Yep, go ahead.
Great, great.
Uh yeah, he's lying. I rolled a 3.
So it could pull a cart, okay?
He has pulled a cart just fine.
Right. When was the last time would you would say?
Um, the last time I saw him, because he's a retired horse now.
No, last time you saw it pull a cart just fine. Not just the last time it pulled a cart.
That was like a year or two ago.
Can you put a little finer point on that?
Um, 2 years ago.
I think you're trying to sell me a lame horse.
Not lame. I mean, just we don't have the heart to put him down.
You are trying to make me your horse's sunset years?
Well, wouldn't you like to go out feeling useful?
That is my question, you see. Do you honestly think this horse will be useful?
Uh, for a little bit.
As far as the cost?
Oh, the coast. Keep him to
Tell
the
me
ro-
true.
keep him to the.
Because I don't want to curse you.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to be cursed. Keep keep him. You know,
I don't want you to die in your sleep because you sold me a bad horse.
make an intimidation check. Okay, no, I mean he's not. I um I yeah Jasmine, you have a horse, right? I wasn't looking to part. And this is like in between songs, but I wasn't looking to part with her just yet. But maybe.
We will pay good coin. Or perhaps something better than coin.
What's better than coin?
All manner of things. Elvian, I think I put you off your feet. Let me get you a drink.
Yeah. No, whew, you really scared me there with that curse talk. I would like everybody to make a perception check. I'll make it for Tony. I know he had to step away. I rolled for you, Tony. Privately though, because I have
Cool.
my sets up for private. So you rolled an 11 on your perception check. All right. So Bone Splitter and Ben, maybe it's because where they're sitting at the bar. When he says, "You really put me off with all that curse talk," the woman sitting in the corner with the cards looks up and looks sharply at Ben. Then dramatically pulls all the cards together. Ooh, thank you. Uh,
And
shuffles the.
when she looks at me because I noticed it, I'm gonna give her a wink.
Give me an insight check and bone split or whatever you want to. You notice all of that, except I don't think you'd be able to see Ben giving her the wink.
This gal up here.
This gal, right? Yep, you got it. Ben, you notice a twitch to the eye. She's trying to remain stone-faced, but even through the dim light, flickering light, you notice just a little bit of a nervous tick to the eye looking at you. Bone split, anything you want to do with that?
I don't really know what to do with that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna continue to observe at this moment.
As you're observing, Cove, are you still playing? Or have you taken a break,
Yeah.
or maybe done a dip in?
Oh, it's pretty early in the night. I don't need a break quite yet.
Okay.
I would like to find, like, if there's a girl sitting by themselves, I'm gonna go sing them a song.
Oh, okay.
That girl in the corner. Go talk to her.
Well, technically,
She's the one
that's.
person not enjoying herself, so get her into it.
Is that what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So.
She's the one in the back corner over here.
Yeah, all the way back there. If you come up, you like singing like you lost that love and feeling or something, or like,
No, like a love ballad.
okay, like I gave my love a cherry.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. There, the look on her face as you walk up to the table and start singing a song to her. I'm gonna need a performance check. The first look is mortification, but let's see what the performance check yields. Oh,
So having gotten the insight right before this,
yeah.
and she made eyes like toward me, and I'm going to sort of flex the shadows just a little bit and like dim the light above me for just a moment as she's looking right before this starts.
Oh man. So there's a.
And then let it brighten right back up, but just for a moment. I'm pulling the shadows around that lantern.
Okay. So as Cove is walking up and he begins playing a song to her, minstrelly love ballad, and she's watching you, looks like wants to tear her eyes away from you, but cannot. As you get, and then you give her that wink, and she's trying to, fix her face, but has a nervous moment. Then you darken the shadows, and she has a look of not mild, a look of horror, sort of creeps across her face. But a
The
20.
whole time Ben has the brightest smile on his face, like eyes twinkling.
But there's something magical about a bard singing directly to
Yeah,
somebody.
absolutely.
And it pulls her out, and she is entranced for the moment. Every so often, Cove, as she is listening to you, you see her furtively sort of gaze down at her cards and is making like these little searching glances. First at Bone Splitter, then at Ben, but Ben she moves off of very quickly, almost nervously. Uh, Looks deep into your eyes as you're singing and taps a card, and then looks over at Ulfer and takes a card and moves it to the side. But she's loving the song. and this is almost like a side thing she's doing as she's listening, a small smile on her lips. She appears to be in her early 30s. She's wearing a woolen dress. It's very well dyed. It's dark green. It doesn't. It's very color fast. Everybody else seems to have very worn and fading out into whites and grays, but her green dress is very like it's very vibrant. She's wearing a brown sort of shawl type thing that could be quickly pulled into a hood. Um, Very well made. Everything that she's wearing is very well made. Uh, Near her, you can see as you're playing, she has a bag sitting next to her, and in the bag, you see skeins of wool and several decks of cards and eggs.
You said eggs?
I did.
As
They
like
appear to
chicken
be
eggs?
they appear to be chicken eggs.
All right. So my plan was that after the song was over, I was going to ask her if I could join her and take a break.
Okay. As you finish the song, you ask, and she says, uh, "By all means, Master Bard, please have a seat."
Oh, thank you.
Who are you? Who are you and your friends, if I may be so bold?
Manus, 2 drinks to the table in the corner.
He looks over there and he goes, "They're going to be wanting the wine."
I'm gonna look at Etienne. Do they want the wine?
They don't want the wine.
Who else, please? To the corner.
I can't move this wine. He just gets 2 more ales and walks them over. So,
I will introduce myself as Donovan.
hello, Donovan. My name is Nicolette.
Oh, pleasure to meet you. What brings you to town? You're not from here, are you?
Oh, I am.
You have the look of a traveler.
I have traveled, but this is my home, and I've returned.
Oh,
I'm a weaver and a tailor, a
oh,
seamstress.
do you own the tailor shop down the road?
I do.
Excellent. We were going to come see you tomorrow.
Well, how may I be of service? Save you maybe a trip.
Oh, tonight is about pleasure, not business.
But sometimes the
Ooh.
things mix. Uh, and she takes the card she set aside for Ulfer and flips it over and moves it into her belt.
Do I see what it is?
It is the Nayvshla equivalent to the Jack of Clubs.
Uh,
I don't know what that means.
do you read cards?
I do. Would you like a reading?
What? Well, I was wondering, my friend, what the Jack of Clubs means for him.
And she nods over at Ulfer and she goes, "I see he, like me, typically prefers to sit alone. Not that I'm unhappy with your company, good sir. I just... I recognize a duality."
Oh. Would you like me to introduce you?
Very much.
Ulfer, do you want to come over? Join us, please.
He'll move over.
Hello.
He won't sit on the table. He's trying to take that stool, but
Yeah, I gotcha. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
So having been watching sort of what's going on there, Ben is going to try to engage the rest of the bar in like storytelling or something, just sort of getting their attention away from what's happening over there.
Gotcha. You're gonna get a little help there, because Manus is going to eye up Bone Splitter again. Uh, and he's gonna tap the side of his nose and say, "Pardon me for asking, but you got the look of the Kailani on you."
Looking for a dancing partner?
No fight, no disrespect intended, but uh, wouldn't mind testing me strength though.
All right. Well, suppose I've had enough drinks to have this kind of fun. Let's go ahead.
He wants to arm wrestle you, and he is a halfling.
All right, I'm gonna throw this guy across the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna make book on this. We're taking bets,
All right.
and I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna start the pot with 5 gold on Manus.
Okay. There's not a lot of
I wanna
people.
really sweeten this.
Not a lot of people can match 5 gold in here, so there will be.
Well, I guess I will take a reading of the room and like see what stakes they're gonna go with.
If you,
'Cause if they're talking coppers, I'm gonna go coppers. But
I think
I'm putting a hefty pot on Manus.
if you want to lay down a heavy pot in this room, you're going to throw down a silver.
That sounds good.
A gold is just out of that. People don't see gold change hands very often here. So
But I am leaving a gold coin under the chit that Manus put in front of me, so that he knows it's good.
okay. All
I'm
right.
gonna take out 10 copper, and then just like slam them on the table. Like at least one of them's falling on the floor. Like, let's do this.
All right. I don't want to leave the other two hanging here. So you guys, all of that disruption is happening because it started off with Ben
and
getting stories told.
I'm making a big deal out of it. I want to pull everybody else away from the table that Cove and Ulfer are at, so like they get some privacy over there.
And so as that's happening, Nicolette looks deep.
And I do give her another wink as I do it.
The
Nicolette.
I'm gonna roll to see if she notices.
I really enjoyed the uncomfortableness that came from that.
You're making a love triangle's friend. Can't support this.
No, Ben just wants to make her uncomfortable. He doesn't want to do anything else.
She is uncomfortable. No, she doesn't even see it. Sorry, that was a roll to see if she even saw it. Because she is actually staring now. That she finds Cove charming. She and enthralling. So she's sort of torn here because she is extraordinarily curious about Ulfer. And so she's watching, sort of has her attention divided between the two of them, and she says, "Hello, I want to read your cards," she says to Ulfer.
What does this mean, read my cards?
She wants to tell you a little bit about your past, your future, perhaps your present. I've seen this before. It's very entertaining.
Are you some sort of shaman?
And her voice goes down to just a bare whisper. Some folk around here call me a witch.
I think in your world, Ulfer, she would be a shaman, yes? That would make sense.
You can do as you wish.
Very well. And she begins speaking in a language you don't understand. It almost feels like a prayer more than anything else. And then she begins flipping cards face down, 3 of them. And she does almost like a 3-card Monty kind of maneuver with the 3. And then flips the first one, and she says, "In your past, I see disappointment, your own and your family's." We leave the present for what it is now. And she pushes that card towards you, but keeps her hand on it. Then takes her left hand and flips the one. In your future, I see the moon. The moon figures deeply. And then she takes the hand that's in front of you and flips it over, and it's no longer a card, it's you on the card.
Oh my.
And it's all drawn in purple and red and black. And it's you. Except for it's you, and it's the card is slowly changing from the picture of Ulfr into your wolf form. And she says, you walk two paths. I know your secret.
You can also turn into reef sharks.
Metagaming.
He's just gonna sit there and
Yep.
Ofer is just kind of sitting there and kind of staring at her and not really responding. Not sure how to respond.
Well, you need to be careful in 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, things become interesting for you. Beware the moon.
What is it about the moon that I should beware?
I think you know something in the full moon calls to your other self. What happens when the moon is not to be seen, to disappear, to be gone? What happens then? I don't know. The card just says beware the moon to me. Perhaps it means more to you. Ah, I could use another song. Would you like your cards read, Master Bard, before a song?
No, I'm good. Are you okay, Alfred?
Yes, I think I'll be fine.
She takes the card that had Ulfr's image on it and like does the little flips it between her fingers, and his image disappears, and it's now just the Jack of Clubs. Yeah. And as that's happening, Manus has gotten a stool out and two like very thick books that appear to be like ledger books to put his elbow up against your elbow on. It's like it's not completely fair now, is it? Because I don't have as much leverage, but if I get you past the line of the top of these books, I win. Fair?
I mean, sure.
All right.
And I'm going to yell over to Manus. He's big, he's strong, he's beefy, but you got this. And I'm going to give him inspiration.
You give Manus inspiration?
All right.
Son of a bitch.
All right, give me a strength athletics roll.
Alright. Wish I had inspiration.
You don't need it. Oh, maybe you do.
It will inspire you. It's symbolic inspiration.
It doesn't matter because I was gonna do a thing with like I rolled a 2. So I was gonna do a thing with. No, that was my ability check. No, that didn't roll yet. Hold
They
on.
both do a lot of struggling, though.
No, hold on. I didn't roll yet. I'm sorry. I did that wrong. Oh yeah, it's a 5. Um, so uh, it's more of a struggle.
But with his
Oh, with the bardic inspiration, with bardic, it is
Throw a
possible
D6
to
on that.
tie. It is possible to tie, but no, I rolled a 4.
He
Uh,
puts up a good
it
fight, though.
put a hell of a fight up, and just you're surprised, but it's almost not the strength. It's this sort of like getting in your head, like just like every once in a while, like a little tickle on the side of your hand, like he's just doing the pinky tickle, and smiles a little bit, and just trying to get in your head. But you finally just, and he goes over, he goes, "Ah, it was a better fight than it should have been, wasn't it?" And he's very excited. He's like, "You know what? Wine for everybody."
All right, I'll have a wine.
Oh,
I didn't
Get
want to
rid
hurt
of
you.
his spine.
I was afraid I'd throw you across the wall, through the wall, and we wouldn't want rain in here, so I took it easy on you.
I appreciate that. How else would we entertain? Well, no, we've got this Bart here. But this has been the best evening, and the rain is just, you can hear it just slamming down on the roof, and the shutters, and but it's warm in here. The fire's cooking, people are dancing, and he hands out wines to everybody. The wine is awful. It's not grapes. Uh, it's some sort of weird fruit that's grown that they fermented. Um, and it tastes like bathtub gin. It's just
You should really save this for the winter when you just need to keep the chill off.
I made it myself. It's the best I could do. We used to make this out on the
Great, it's terrible. You should try harder.
uh, it reminds me of home. And he throws it back. We used to ferment seaweed.
Bone Splitter is just drinking it up like he doesn't know.
What is seaweed?
He's uncultured.
You, sir, are a man of taste and understands when scarcity is there, you do what you have to do. Uh,
No one drinks this piss for the taste. Let's get drunk.
all right. And eventually, over the course of the evening, people start to thin out, having to go home, braving the cold and the
I did
rain.
need to talk to the woman who had a horse,
Yep.
and we'll let the rest of the group know that we can stay at Jean Marie's dad's house. He got disappeared, so probably bad place, but they're fine for us.
Jasmine is willing to sell the horse for 30 gold. She's looking to retire on this deal. Because she might have to buy another horse, and she might have to go all the way down to either all the way over to, I can't remember the name of the village to the east, or she'll have to go all the way down to White Abbey.
Well, I have to consult my expert. Etienne is a good horse.
I have gold that didn't get used last time, so it can certainly be used for a horse.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna have to wrestle his horse to make sure it's legit.
She has a very nice horse. It's the farm. I mean, it's the farm's horse. But it is the end of the season, so
And you, my friend, would trust this horse to pull a cart for a long distance if you needed?
bead of sweat pops out on the side of his head. I would trust it as much as I'd trust any other horse in this town. I swear to God, promise you, I wouldn't lie to you, sir.
Any other horse? Or more than some?
More than 75%. It's a good horse, sir. As far as I know, I'm not. I just have the one horse.
And you would trust this one better than yours?
Yes. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's all I wanted. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll pay her the 30 gold.
Okay. I will bring the horse here tomorrow morning, mid-morning.
If you could take it to the farm to the south, uh, Jean-Marie's
Nope.
father's farm.
No, I will. I won't bring it there. No. I'll meet you here though.
We'll come get it. We'll come get it here. That is fine.
Okay. Well then, I will see you then, and she will leave.
Right. We are absolutely sleeping in the cursed farm.
And this guy leaves, and everybody basically scarpers except for the person who is 100% completely taken with Ben. Manus is still here. And there's Manus. He's up here. He's hanging out with Bone Splitter. He wants to hear stories. Like he's like, "You're a tough guy. Tell me some tough guy stories."
Talking about beasts I killed, an axe,
Yeah.
scars I have from some of the beasts.
And he's doing the fighting along like with the story. And then you hit it with an axe.
Show him your appendix scar in the middle of the bar.
And pretty soon it's just Manus, Jean-Marie, Nicolette, and you guys. And
Who's this? Who's this dude?
which one? Oh, a dude who's not that I forgot is there.
Sir not appearing in this.
Yeah, sir, not a yeah, he's not here. All right. So, as the bar, she looks up and sees that the bar is clearing out. She is going to hand over to Cove a scarf. And she will say, "Thank you very much for your song. It did my soul good, and very few things do. It's a beautifully made blue scarf."
Thank you. Would you like me to walk you home?
I would be honored. Thank you.
Oh, very well.
All right, is Cove not going to the farmhouse? Is that what we're doing?
He's kind of thinking,
All right. That happens. We're not going to role play it, but that happens.
Yeah.
All right.
I bought some puppet for this. No, I'm just kidding. Right.
No, it's a line and a veil. The veil is cool. We're adults. That happens. Okay. Bone Splitter. Ulfer. Creepy Redger. Oh, Tony is away from Cam. I will come back to him. Bone Splitter and Ben and Jean-Marie is probably, I didn't describe her very much. Big-eyed, 19 years old, maybe. Like probably first tastes of adulthood and being taken as an adult in town. Really does not want to die here. Just like kind of I've never even you guys saw what is it called? I don't even remember the name of it. Rustlade? You guys have been to Rustlade? I've always wanted to go,
It
but
literally is a day and a half away. Tent. You can just do it.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay. Well, I hope you're still here tomorrow.
I hope your father's farm doesn't kill us.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Have a good night.
Our farm might try to kill us. I don't know.
All right. Manus is wiping up. He's like, I honestly don't have any rooms here. You guys are welcome to crash on the floor if you'd like, but if you want to brave the weather, her family farm is the southernmost farm in the town. Not that Cove's worried about it. Cove is going to the tailor's house.
I say we throw our bedroll down on the floor here. It's nice and dry, and we don't have to go anywhere. I mean, sleeping in a cursed farm sounds great. I'm all for it, but we're already here.
All right. Is that what you guys
I
want to do?
will settle up my tab with Manus, though.
Your tab comes to 5 silver. No,
I'm just
way
gonna
more
give
than
him a
that.
gold because I put it on. I put it on the bar.
Okay. That's the most money he's seen this month total. He is thrilled and says, I honestly wish I had better for you, but
You
you
give us a warm hearth and a dry floor. That's all we need.
well, you're welcome to it. And he's gonna just my room's back here. If you need anything, just holler.
Well, first that was for you. That was a hint.
All right, you guys taking a
I want
rest?
to climb Mount Bonespetter.
Everybody can have a long rest except Cove. Kidding.
Oh no!
No, I'm kidding. But you guys can have the benefit of a long rest. Things, yeah. All right, you guys. The next morning, it's still raining, as predicted. This is a major storm front that came through. I don't. Yeah, you guys had long rested after that fight. No, you didn't. So this would be your first long rest since that fight. So you guys should be at
Nice.
full whatever. I will long rest Ulfric because I think he is. Looks like he's at full everything. So, uh, rainy, cold autumn day. Cove, you are waking up in a very aromatic, uh, like second floor loft above the tailor shop. The smells of sage and rosemary and hanging herbs all throughout. It it smells like a botanist's house, like a greenhouse in here, and yet it's a tailor shop. You're in a queen-sized, really well-made, um, filled with sheep's wool mattress, nicer than most that you've slept on, and surprising for the surroundings. Uh, the quilt that's on the bed is really well made. Everything here looks handmade, but made to the highest quality.
Ooh.
I think I would ask her in the morning if my friend is in danger.
Your friend is on a quest. He has to find.
Aren't we all?
I think all of us are on a quest, but some of us have quests placed upon us, and if we fail to meet those obligations, I don't know. Have you never disappointed anyone? Have you never?
Oh, my life is full of disappointments.
I I fear that your friend must succeed soon, or he will be outcast.
Oh, well, there's family and then there's friends who are family. I'm sure he'll be fine.
One always
Stop
hopes
being
one can
difficult.
find out. Oh, who's being difficult?
Percy.
Oh,
No, Percy Cove.
Welcome to Cole's life. I would like to purchase some stuff from her before
Okay.
we leave.
What are you looking for?
More like something to cover up the egg.
Oh, okay.
Like she's a tailor, right? So
Yeah.
she should have big. cloth.
She does.
Like
She's not just
cloth.
she's a weaver and a tailor. So she has broadcloths that she has made, and then also can, uh, you know, do bespoke. But she has other things that might even be. She has saddle blankets that are already made, um, and then has blankets for home. She says some of these things were bound for White Abbey because the not enough people here with the coin for what she does. So once a month she ships things off down to White Abbey to be sold, uh, and sometimes even as far east as uh, Blankyard. Uh, there are people who purchase her things. Uh, might also be because of a couple of the other things. You know, people like.
Well, we are going to White Abbey. If you'd like us to take your stuff down there,
Oh,
perhaps we can make an arrangement.
well, that might actually suit me. Um, when do you plan to leave?
Probably sooner rather than later.
Hmm.
Perhaps even today.
I might be pressed for today, but come see me before you go, and if I have enough things to make it worth your while and mine, then perhaps we can come to an arrangement.
All right. Sounds great. I should go check in on my friends.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for last night. And then
Yeah.
Don't
and
make it weird.
don't make it weird. Uh, and she goes right actually back to her business. Uh, okay. So, just make sure you put that scarf in your inventory.
Very well.
All right. Um. All right. Ulfer, what have you been up to? You crashed. Yeah, I don't. I know that you've been sort of in and out of the game. You crashed on the floor because you guys decided not to go to what might be a creepy haunted farmhouse. Uh, so you crashed. You all crashed on the floor. Manus brought you guys blankets. You all had bedrolls anyway, and you guys crashed there for the evening. Um, the morning wakes up. It is still raining hard. Everything, if you peek out the shutters, you guys can see that the roads are nothing but mud. Um, but Manus will make you breakfast, and I'm assuming Cove and
Sausage and potatoes.
Nicolette had breakfast. So yeah, there's gonna be potatoes and then eggs and potatoes. Actually, that sounds amazing.
Is that
It's like hash browns and eggs. Damn good breakfast.
Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, he's got tots. Uh, so serves you guys up. He's still gonna call it well within your gold. He's not gonna ask for any more money. He's gonna say that's well within what you paid me, and my pleasure to serve you. And then he's gonna actually toss some sausages from last night onto Bone Split. He's like, yeah, halfling almost took you. You need to bulk up. Here, have some more sausages.
Yeah, I immediately eat these sausages. Hell yeah.
All right, and you guys have the freedom of the day. There is a. I'm gonna move us over to the Penta Pass map so you guys can see. Um, I'm gonna reveal a couple of things here. Just some names. Uh, so next door is the Crozier Smithy and Farrier. Uh, Nicolette's last name is Crepin, which is a terrible last name, but and so that is the Crepin House Weaver and Taylor.
Creeping house.
Crepon.
Crepon. Not remembering my
You
high
wouldn't
school
pronounce
French.
the IN because everything here is Frenchy.
It is Frenchy. Everything in here I went with French names for this entire
Crepon.
Crepon. And
Which
Uh,
is way less creepy.
then here is Pelletier's Provisions, an affiliate of Elixruff. Uh, you do. There's a sign here for Boiselot, bees, mead, and honey. And otherwise, you don't see any other signs. Oh, nope, this one does. Gaumont Orchards. Gaumont. The rest of them don't have signs. They look like they're houses that don't have business signs with them.
It seems to me that this place does very little traffic, and perhaps some of these businesses have goods we could take and sell elsewhere, and it would give us a little cover over our egg. So I say we buy some fruit, we buy some honey and mead, and we buy some just some stuff to sell when we get to the next town.
Okay. I did mention to the tailor lady that we could probably take some stuff down to White something.
White Abbey.
White Abbey.
Before, but I just not to be overly pedantic about this because I don't care. But where are you guys meeting for this? Like, did Cove make it
I
back
think
to
back at the Lavender
okay?
Line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cove made it back to the Lebanon. Okay.
We knew that the lady with the horse was going to meet us here.
Right. Okay. And so you have the Cove comes with. I think you bought some blankets or something. Yeah. To cover the egg with.
Yep.
Okay. And that's all going to come out to like 1 gold total for all of that.
All right. When the smithy opens, I wouldn't mind picking up some breastplate and a shield if they have it.
Oh, he's mostly a farrier. A shield. He does actually have a shield that's in rough shape that he will hammer into perfectly good shape for you by the end of the day. He's not an armorer. So he's like, I can make this actually solid for you, but it'd take me the better part of a day.
I wouldn't want to put you out.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
I'd be happy.
We're going to the city. I'm sure there'll be something there for me to procure.
I could do it in 2 hours. He's desperate for coin, you can tell. He would love to have your money.
All right. If you can have it done in 2 hours before we leave, then I'll certainly
5 gold.
take your shield.
5 gold, 2 hours.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. He just starts all of his apprentices. He's just got them all together. They're getting iron ingots out, and they're just smashing them down and getting them ready to hammer this thing into good shape. So, and you look around and you see that he's meticulous. But most of what he makes is, I mean, some of it is very intricate, but it's farm equipment. And it's well done, but it's not armor. So he feels confident he can do this shield.
Right.
And he was at the bar last night, so he really wants to impress you. So
we'll see what happens.
All right. Hey, I hope to be of service. Across the street, though, is the provisioner house of Elixruff. If you guys don't remember provisioners, there are 4 major provisioners. Elixruff is the largest. That's your general store up there. If there's any other stuff you need that's not armor or anything else in the player's handbook, you can even find some weapons, probably simple and some martial. But if there are things you're looking for, they might have it. Like,
so I want to wait for the woman who's bringing the horse.
Okay.
And I'm just taking the 30 gold off, and I don't know that needs to be any role-played thing unless it does need to be.
No, she will bring it to you. Well, let's just say that occurs. And she is so happy to get the 30 gold that she actually tries to kiss your hand.
Oh, I'll absolutely let her.
Yeah. I can retire now. And she just goes running back to her farm.
And I'm going to take just a little bit of her shadow.
Oh. And as you take a bit of her shadow, she turns around and she says, I've never actually kissed anyone before.
Whoa.
And that's a secret you learn.
I wish you the best of luck.
I think I have it now. Thank you, sir. I've never told anyone that before. And she runs away. New mechanic, Ed. Let's play with it.
I will never tell anyone. That is mine.
Yep. Okay.
And then once I have the horse on the cart, I'm gonna go to the meadery and the orchard, and I'm just gonna buy some stock that we can carry. That's gonna sit on top of the egg and be just goods that we're transporting.
All right.
And I will buy enough to like really make it look like we've got a really full cart. So like I'll spend up to 5 or 10 gold on that.
Got it.
So like really load the cart.
Yeah.
We've got goods.
We won't RP all of it, but at Boisselot, Bees, Mead, and Honey, you are able to buy like several jugs of mead, a couple of jars of honey. They're still actually in the middle of processing, but they're happy to get it transported or to sell it to you. I mean, that saves them on transport costs. And
yeah, I'm just buying it outright with the intention to sell it there.
Yeah, and they're like, "This is great. This is 2 weeks early, and we're actually in a good. You guys are like saviors to this town right now." And so you get that. You have the carpet or not carpets, the blankets that you bought from the Crépin house. From the smith and farrier, you can get probably some buckets of nails and a couple of the tack and harness rings, etc. And so within an hour or two, you're able to make several purchases. And so it's now 2 hours later. And as you guys start walking through, a sweaty Auguste Crozier runs out, and he's got a gleaming shield in front of him.
Bonjour, Monsieur Crozier.
That looks amazing.
It's very shiny, and it's solid. It's a full-on shield. It's got fresh leather strappings on it. It's been buffed and polished. Every ding, dent, and crack that was in it has been buffed and polished out. Everybody is sweating, but they want. It's raining too. It's heavy rain as they like produce this thing to you in the middle of the road.
How many apprentices does he have?
3. They're all 2 boys and a girl. They're all between 11 and 15.
Fantastic work all around. He gets 5 gold, and I will give 1 to each of them.
They are just over the moon, and so each of them just is jumping, like they pocket it immediately, and then there's a little bit of worry, like how are we even going to change this out? Like nobody has any silver, nobody has 100 copper, but maybe we could go to White Abbey, and so people are very excited. Like this has been a life-changing adventure here. Most people just pass right through here, or they trade for a little bit and they move on. So you guys
we are leaving
stopping
for White Abbey today. If anyone wants to travel with us, safety in numbers.
As you say that, Nicolette walks up and says, "I wouldn't mind joining you." And she's got a She has a hamper of like woolen clothing, and it's all oilclothed over. She's wearing a hood, and she says, "Yeah, your cove inspired me to travel in, sell some of my goods directly. I haven't left in a while. Now's a good time."
Well, you're welcome to throw your basket on the wagon. If you don't think it would darken things too much.
Make another intimidation check.
goes out over here being nice to everybody, and Ed's just like,
As you say that, she wanders over near Ulfer and places her hand on Ulfer's like bicep, and like just casually, almost as if she's not thinking about it, and sort of positions Ulfer between you two, and uh, there there are many shadows in this world. Some of us need to look towards the light. And squeezes his bicep and moves on.
We do love the light.
Ooh,
It creates
squeezes
such
his
deep shadows.
biceps.
Mm-hmm. But
Without
then-
light, there can be no shadow.
But as she squeezes Ulfer's bicep, she moves over and puts her arm in the crook of Cove, and like just takes his arm and walks with Cove along towards where the horse has now been hitched to your wagon, and she joins you on your way out.
Before we leave town, Ulfer would want to go to the provisioner
Okay.
to check to see what they have for pre-made weapons.
Okay. When you walk in, you see somebody wearing red and black. It's faded, like I described. Most people's clothes fade. They get washed, they lose their dye. It's not very color fast. Somebody's in tones of gray and like beigey linen, but this person's got color fast red and black, but only on the hood. The rest of it's sort of the crap clothes. Well, there's some lovely filth over here, Dennis, but the red, the black, you saw on the Ilixra folk who waylaid Ronan. Well, all of you, but we're looking for Ronan. And welcome, welcome. I have heard of your coming. It was too stormy for me to make it last night, but I heard it was an amazing evening over there in the Lavender Line. Is there anything that I can do for you? What are you seeking?
I'm looking to see what sort of weaponry you have.
Well, we don't carry a ton of specialty weapons. Are you looking for a sword or some kind of blunt force trauma type instrument, or like a garrote or a sling? What I let me. We do have a number of axes. You seem like you might be an axe type of fellow. I happen
I
to.
have no
Oh,
I have no need for metal weapons.
Oh,
I'm looking for something. I suppose you might call it a club.
A shillelagh.
oh,
That's exactly right.
okay. Well, he pulls out a extraordinarily well-made quarterstaff, and he says, "I suppose if you cut this in half, it would be an excellent shillelagh."
What is it? Just a regular quarterstaff?
Well, it's not magical or anything. None of these. This is way too small a town to have any magic users, and nobody's gonna send anything here. This is all just regular mundane stuff. You're just looking for something to use the spell shillelagh on? A quarterstaff is great for shillelagh.
I actually have a.
Yeah.
I actually already have a quarterstaff, so I'll just smile and say, not quite what I'm looking for.
Okay. Well, you appear to be somebody who would like some of the more rustic and earthy type things. Would you be interested in this focus? And he brings out a bunch of mistletoe that's been tied into a clearly commercialized looking, like it's the equivalent of like an aluminum tree, Christmas tree, but for druids. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's like the mass-produced druid focus. He's like guaranteed to help druids focus their mental energy on the natural world. It it's absolutely appalling. It just looks like shit.
He will actually laugh at that and say, "No, thank you, friend. I think, I think I have what I think I have what I need already. Thank you."
I understand. Might you just I I hope to be able to serve you better in the future. If there's anything else that you should you pass this way again, might I have like your name so I can keep a record and then order anything that you might be looking for? I swear we could find some clubs or other natural goods for you. I would be happy to put it down under your name as a reference.
I could always use a good club, but I don't trade in names.
Understood, sir.
Since I've noticed those other guys that are in here, that's why I'm kind of not putting my name out there.
Okay. Okay. And he says, understood. Discretion is the better part of valor, isn't it? Okay. Good day to you, sir. Is anybody in there with him? Or did he go in? Okay. All right.
Oh, absolutely not going anywhere near there after what Ronan told us.
Yeah, okay. All right. Tony, make an insight check.
Oh, an insight check. Let's see here. Where insight. There we go.
That just seems like an obsequious little ass kiss to you. All right. Are you guys on your way out of town?
Is it? You said it's still raining. Like
yes.
The storm is.
Yes. It's still raining
It's
hard.
rain all day.
Yep.
Alfred would ask to see if there were any like a
or canvases.
Yeah, like an oilcloth.
You had stepped away. But Nicolette has that and is bringing that with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. You guys are gonna act. I didn't actually describe this fully, but she does.
So we have a rain fly over the top of the cart.
You do. You currently have a rain fly over the top of the cart.
I was actually thinking like a hooded oilcloth for me.
Oh, Nick. If you tell Nicolette, and you would know this, but Nicolette kind of creeped you out, but she does work in those things.
Okay, I'll wait and ask her then.
I would absolutely ask her for one.
Okay.
And I would make it as awkward as possible.
Yes, and she will sell one to all of you, but it will be double the cost for Ben. Because, and she will just say this, some things feel like I sell my soul, and I feel like I should require a higher price for that.
That is more than fair.
So it will be 5 silver for this oilcloth cloak for anybody who wants it. Obviously, I don't think the rain's going to bother Bone Splitter at all. And Cove, probably not going to bother Cove.
I'm going to hand her 2 gold.
Yeah.
And say, some things are worth the cost.
I'm fool enough to follow this path, and she'll take your gold. But the fear, and I think it's going to be anybody
and the whole time, Ben is just smiling, like bright-eyed.
Any of you who want to make an insight check to follow this interaction between Ben and Nicolette can do so. Otherwise, I'll keep it to myself.
I'll do one.
Okay.
Just because he's
I think you're watching them carefully, Ulfer, because she's spooked you a little.
but I got nothing.
Okay. Cove,
I got a 16.
you
Do
pick.
you want a deception or anything from me? I'm not trying. I'm
I,
not really trying to hide anything.
I don't know. I don't, because I don't think you're trying to hide anything. And I wasn't actually saying about what your interactions were. I am going to say that every now, if you guys want to read that, I'll leave up to actually. Ulfer doesn't notice anything. Bone Splitter deliberately didn't want to notice anything. It looks like, and um, and so Cove, you notice Nicolette is not just nervous. There's a tinge of awe talking to Ben, but it's not awe as in meeting a god. It's in it's not like, even like, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm trying to put this into perspective. It's not the awe of meeting a famous celebrity, even like that. It's you've long suspected something might be true, and then you got confirmation. That's the kind of look, and it's not great confirmation. You long suspected something bad was true,
Something horrible was true.
and it turns out it is. Now you can do now you alone, though, because nobody else noticed. You alone can do an insight check on Ben, and Ed, you set the DC, or
Oh, I would absolutely do a deception for that.
okay.
So Percy, if you're rolling, let me know, because I'll roll a deception.
Okay.
Yeah. Only a 9.
Okay.
You got this.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Nothing looks different about Ben at all. When you look over at Ben, Ben just looks like Ben.
But he notices you looking and he winks at you.
But it's just the same charming, slightly skeevy, but there's always been something slightly skeevy about a lot of people. Think about
And
Ben.
she's the only one that's coming with us, right?
Yeah, nobody else did. The
Okay.
young Jean-Marie has decided she needs to stay here.
I was trying to pitch it to the apprentice blacksmiths, because they were the ones, when they got Cove's gold, mentioned maybe we should go to White Abbey.
Yeah, that's true. Are you trying to convince one?
No, I was just throwing it out as an option. Like,
No.
the extent of my intent to convince them was, you're welcome to travel with us. There's strength in numbers. We're going today.
No, we'll wait. You know, as much as people want to leave their small town roots, they love their small town roots. I'm not saying that as a disparaging comment. I'm saying that as a truism.
Well,
They all think that there's something better on the other side. So.
Well, right. You know, Tony hates Michigan because of winter, but you gotta still love Michigan.
Just not my hometown.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
you need to over Michigan at all.
I'm back in my hometown, so what can I say?
Yep. I'm in Wisconsin. I said I would never live here.
I'm back here now.
I said I would never go back to Wisconsin. Here I am. I call it my second tour
Time
of
has
duty.
made liars of us all.
It has. uh, that was some profound shit here at 9:02. Tony, how are you doing?
I'm struggling today, but that's just because I had a long weekend.
Okay.
But I'm good for a bit.
Okay. Do you guys want to take a 5-minute bio and then come back, or would that be good for folk? Okay. We're gonna pick it up.
Technically, all of us can just leave whenever we want to use it.
I snuck out a little while ago, so if
Yeah.
you need a bio,
No, we all do. But I don't want to be the DM going to the bathroom.
but it's easy enough for the rest of us to sneak off and go to the bathroom when we need to. So if you need a bio,
I'm gonna go get a snack
Take
if you go take a pee, Paul.
All right.
What this means, everyone, is Paul's got to poop.
No, I
And
don't.
He doesn't want to tell you.
You
No,
gotta have a tinkle.
I gotta have a tinkle. I gotta pee, and I will tell you that. I gotta pee. All right, we'll be back.
Okay, break time.
Break time. We'll be right back.
Gotta visit the Wiz Palace.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Wiz Palace.
In Kids on Bikes, you take on the roles of everyday people grappling with strange, terrifying, and very, very powerful forces that they cannot defeat, control, or even fully understand. Using stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll choose your own destiny in this storytelling, rules-light tabletop role-playing game where adventure is a bike ride away. Kids on Bikes even allows you to create a communally controlled powered character to add another dimension of gameplay to your games. Jump right into the action and create your own band of ragtag mystery solvers today. Hunt down a rare remaining physical copy at your favorite local game store or download the PDF on Drive-Thru RPG. Kids on Bikes 2nd edition is anticipated very soon.
People for Bikes is the U.S. bicycle industry's trade association and a national advocacy nonprofit representing more than 325 bicycle industry supplier members and nearly 1.4 million individuals. Through our 3 areas of influence, infrastructure, policy, and participation, we accelerate the construction of safe, fun, and connected places to bike. We advance pro-bike business legislation and reduce barriers to access, welcoming more people to the joys of riding a bike. Our goal, become the best place to ride a bike in the world. What does that look like to us? From large urban cities to small rural towns, the U.S. is the best place to ride a bike. For recreation, or to safely get where you want to go. Communities are more connected and vibrant thanks to the bicycle. Protected bike lanes, trails, and bike parks are ubiquitous, and children are taught to ride in elementary school. Biking is commonplace. People of every age, size, race, identity, and ability ride daily since bicycling is affordable and fully integrated into public transport. The American way of life has been transformed. People are happier, and the planet is healthier. This is our goal.
In Kids on Bikes, you take on the roles of everyday people grappling with strange, terrifying, and very, very powerful forces that they cannot defeat, control, or even fully understand. Using stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll choose your own destiny in this storytelling, rules-light tabletop role-playing game where adventure is a bike ride away. Kids on Bikes even allows you to create a communally controlled powered character to add another dimension of gameplay to your games. Jump right into the action and create your own band of ragtag mystery solvers today. Hunt down a rare remaining physical copy at your favorite local game store or download the PDF on Drive-Thru RPG. Kids on Bikes 2nd edition is anticipated very soon.
People for Bikes is the U.S. bicycle industry's trade association and a national advocacy nonprofit representing more than 325 bicycle industry supplier members and nearly 1.4 million individuals. Through our 3 areas of influence, infrastructure, policy, and participation, we accelerate the construction of safe, fun, and connected places to bike. We advance pro-bike business legislation and reduce barriers to access, welcoming more people to the joys of riding a bike. Our goal: become the best place to ride a bike in the world. What does that look like to us? From large urban cities to small rural towns, the U.S. is the best place to ride a bike. For recreation, or to safely get where you want to go. Communities are more connected and vibrant thanks to the bicycle. Protected bike lanes, trails, and bike parks are ubiquitous, and children are taught to ride in elementary school. Biking is commonplace. People of every age, size, race, identity, and ability ride daily since bicycling is affordable and fully integrated into public transport. The American way of life has been transformed. People are happier, and the planet is healthier. This is our goal.
In Kids on Bikes, you take on the roles of everyday people grappling with strange, terrifying, and very, very powerful forces that they cannot defeat, control, or even fully understand. Using stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll choose your own destiny in this storytelling, rules-light, tabletop role-playing game where adventure is a bike ride away. Kids on Bikes even allows you to create a communally controlled, powered character to add another dimension of gameplay to your games. Jump right into the action and create your own band of ragtag mystery solvers today. Hunt down a rare remaining physical copy at your favorite local game store or download the PDF on Drive-Thru RPG. Kids on Bikes 2nd edition is anticipated very soon.
People for Bikes is the U.S. bicycle industry's trade association and a national advocacy nonprofit representing more than 325 bicycle industry supplier members and nearly 1.4 million individuals. Through our 3 areas of influence, infrastructure, policy, and participation, we accelerate the construction of safe, fun, and connected places to bike. We advance pro-bike business legislation and reduce barriers to access, welcoming more people to the joys of riding a bike. Our goal: become the best place to ride a bike in the world. What does that look like to us? From large urban cities to small rural towns, the U.S. is the best place to ride a bike. For recreation, or to safely get where you want to go. Communities are more connected and vibrant thanks to the bicycle. Protected bike lanes, trails, and bike parks are ubiquitous, and children are taught to ride in elementary school. Biking is commonplace. People of every age, size, race, identity, and ability ride daily since bicycling is affordable and fully integrated into public transport. The American way of life has been transformed. People are happier, and the planet is healthier. This is our goal.
In Kids on Bikes, you take on the roles of everyday people grappling with strange, terrifying, and very, very powerful forces that they cannot defeat, control, or even fully understand. Using stats like grit, charm, fight, flight, brains, and brawn, you'll choose your own destiny in this storytelling, rules-light tabletop role-playing game where adventure is a bike ride away. Kids on Bikes even allows you to create a communally controlled, powered character to add another dimension of gameplay to your games. Jump right into the action and create your own band of ragtag mystery solvers today. Hunt down a rare remaining physical copy at your favorite local game store or download the PDF on DriveThru RPG. Kids on Bikes 2nd edition is anticipated very soon.
People for Bikes is the U.S. bicycle industry's trade association and a national advocacy nonprofit representing more than 325 bicycle industry supplier members and nearly 1.4 million individuals. Through our 3 areas of influence,
Cadavra.
Good guess, though. high as an elephant's eye? Is it as high as an elephant's eye? Does it look like it's reaching clear up to the sky? Oh, it's the classic Oklahoma. Is there a bright golden haze on the meadow? Same song. Yeah, this is a bad day for the bright golden haze on the meadow.
Do it.
Do it.
A
Pinball
5 from
says
the
5.
pinball.
So as we're traveling, I'm going to try to make conversation with Nicolette, and I'm going to try to pull back a little bit from the creepiness because I want to establish a little bit of a rapport because I want to purchase some of her goods. And with that, I'm hoping to get a secret. Yeah, I am lying my pants off. I'm just like watching her, observing, and telling a lot of lies. Like, just straight up, I'm just going to roll deception. Not great, but not bad. Uh, I'm lying about where we're going, where we're coming from, who I am, where I've been. I'm lying about everything.
You said that she had her arm around my elbow, so I'd probably be, yeah, just walking with her. No, no.
And I would flat out lie about things that Cove would know I'm lying about and like give him a little wink as I do. Like there are things that I'm telling her that Cove absolutely knows are false. I like telling her about like where we came from and what we've done the last few days, like just things that Cove 100% knows are false, and he's right there when I'm doing it.
Yeah, I'm watching this, and I don't know much about Ben to begin with, but I understand the story that he's telling her about us is bullshit. But yep,
Ulfer's not really sure what to make of her. He's leery of her, so he's paying attention to her interactions and is very confused by the lies. Like wondering why he's not saying anything, but he's not really sure why that's happening.
So my goal would be to fully put her at ease about Ben, and then make this transaction whereby he takes a little bit of where he buys something from her but takes a little shadow with her.
I think what Kobe is going to do is back up his story because he's not really sure where he's going with it, but he thinks that maybe he's got a plan. So I will try and assist him in the deception.
That sounds wonderful. Oh, no, 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 no. I insist on paying full market price. And with that, I do intend to take a little bit of a shadow. But with you what you established earlier today, I do take it and I get a secret. So she tells me something and then realizes she told me. I assure you, I don't know what that means. And then and Ben throws the cloak around himself and like makes a big show of appreciating it.
Did I notice it?
No. Are you okay?
Maybe there's like an extreme success of Ben's shadow just got a little longer. I could see somebody nat 20ing an insider perception check and noticing that. Like I really like that idea that they might notice that Nicolette's shadow just got a little longer, Cove.
I see a shadow. Mm.
Well, it's whatever you decide. I just think it'd be cool if there's a chance of noticing it.
I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Pretty good roll.
Mostly just keeping it to myself to not alarm this lady here. So
I think Ulfr's whole thing is really just observing, trying to figure out, just trying to put things together. I don't think he would say anything. He would just kind of lock that away and keep it in the back of his mind. I have seen these things happen before. It's always felt strange, but I had already been thinking about what this moon could mean for me. What is it that you see? Both are equally ridiculous. In many ways, my quest is finding the end of the quest. doesn't necessarily require me to find it. If the communion occurs, it occurs. What is it that you know of my people? Interesting. I will definitely keep this in mind.
Am I hearing this part? Because I don't think I'm beginning to not like this lady. Mm-mm.
But you're listening. You're actively listening to hear it.
I believe my friend told you where and wherever he said that we were going.
Oh, absolutely lying about Cloverdrum, because Cloverdrum is where we're actually going. So I think somebody better turn on the big light, because I can't stand to see you this way.
I want to. I want to see what happens with this eclipse.
And Ben's excited about it. I don't think so. The last R of Harbor, the second R of Harbor, because there's three R's in that.
Yeah, but I don't think we want her to know that. I think we'd be like, we're going to Donnacam or
I think
Donic.
I'm telling her it's blank yard because that's about the furthest opposite direction. Well, from the port city that we're actually going to.
And I believe from the map, the road would make sense that we
Yeah,
would go down
the
to
White Abbey
Whitefort.
Road would head toward blank yard.
Yeah, we'd have to go to.
That's what we're telling. That is what we're telling her. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Correct.
who's next?
Who's done them so far?
Oh, I did one.
Yeah, I did the first.
All right, I got it.
Do the next one, guys.
You got it. It's on you next time.
Dibs.
Oh, I'm invigorated by taking her shadow. Oh, yourself. We are traders. We have goods to trade in. Well, I will try to be the face of this because Ben only has a dagger on him, so he's going to be the least like martially imposing. Has no armor, just a dagger. So as I know that Cove's got a rapier, other people have weapons, so I'll try to get Ben as the face of this.
No.
I feel like I know there's a plan, and I just don't know what it is. And I feel like I'm just like observing, but keeping my mouth shut so I don't screw it up. Know your role.
Not even presenting it, just being very visibly only armed. All I've got is a dagger on my belt. Like when I come forward to let them inspect the cart, I'm just making it very obvious that I've got nothing else. We came from the north. We just left Petapes. We picked up some honey, some mead, some fruit, that sort of thing. Lots of eggs.
Good sir. It's been raining all day. We've been traveling in the rain. We're tired, and I'm gonna grab his hand and I'm gonna put 2 gold pieces in his hand. Is there any chance that we can avoid this?
Just get out of the rain.
I'm trying to look as innocent as possible.
25. I don't know. It does that with this character for some reason.
It's some way that D&D Beyond and Foundry are talking to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how we got past those guards. Well, so long, Frank Lloyd Wright. Well, I would trust your word above many. One could always be safer or cheaper, but not always both. Well, that depends which side of the eclipse we're on. Nice place. Chicken wire? But we're at Bob's Country Bunker.
Yeah,
sure it
Fight
does.
Club. Now I'm ready. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. I think that's a good setup.
Mm-hmm.
We walk in to have a beer bottle splattered on the broken on the chicken wire in front of us, and a fight happening. Well, this game might be back in 2 weeks, right? And that might be our next game on the channel. I'm the goddamn paterfamilias.